This is really fertile soil here, and there's something about it where you can really make something happen here. And I never
fertile soils follow floods, right? I mean, that's something metaphorical about that.
That's right.
You're on a roll.
Right. This is deep.
What's in this coffee?
I'm Victor Hwang. My friend Phil Wickham and I are on the road, traveling the heartland to listen to local entrepreneurs who are starting and growing their businesses. We want to see communities in action and share the stories of people who are inspiring hope and renewing our economy. Today we're in Cedar Rapids to see a city that's in the process of renewing itself.
In 2008, there was a massive flood here in eastern Iowa. It was the fourth worst natural disaster in U.S. history. And some of the companies we'll talk to today actually, direct result of the flood, either started or sort of grew and expanded.
You know, this might be something that you hear throughout the Midwest, but I think it is kind of that pioneering spirit. The site of this building used to be a manufacturer of wagon wheels. So this was the place where you would come to get your supplies to go to the west.
We're a blue-collar town. We have this really strong work ethic. In Cedar Rapids, the farm work ethic meets the manufacturing culture, and it just creates this atmosphere of productivity.
That sort of general idea of how do you take existing strength, whether it be money or knowledge or corporate backing, with people with crazy ideas, mash them together in some way, and then create something new nobody's ever seen before. Almost everything you would point to in this space is exactly that combination of parts.
Geography doesn't have a monopoly on good ideas. Omaha or Cedar Rapids or St. Louis or Peoria, like all of those places have smart people that have ideas. But places like Silicon Valley have systems that make these things happen and allows people to connect to global networks, allows them to get their idea moving.
It seems like a fairly new science to describe what makes a startup ecosystem bloom at a certain speed. A lot of the strategy we've put into place is about finding ways to make those random serendipitous collisions happen more frequently. And that's certainly not an idea we came up with, but I think we've decided to embody that and just push that anywhere we can.
Well, and we really like to think of 1 Million Cups as kind of the front door to our community. Anybody can be part of it. And then hopefully once you're here, you're getting connected to the co-working space or the accelerator.
So I moved here and immediately started being an entrepreneur. I wanted to start this business and didn't expect any particular support. But within a week, we're plugged into this amazing enthusiasm for supporting us and the idea of entrepreneurship. And it's been a great upswell of support all around.
There is no hierarchy in Iowa, right? You can call anybody you want, and they're going to do anything they can to help you and to ensure that you succeed.
I've traveled to 30 countries and visited every state in the United States, and I have not seen a place that is so supportive of entrepreneurship.
They rally around you.
Absolutely. I mean, startup events sell out. Even before entrepreneurship was cool, it was something that we supported as a city.
This place tends to attract people who are willing to buck convention and bureaucracy and try something new.
Cedar Rapids in our rear view mirror. What do you think?
I was impressed with it. That raw, authentic energy.
I was so impressed with New Bohemia and that startup ecosystem. Just how they kind of knew themselves and how comfortable they were with themselves and how they expressed themselves in such a high energy, authentic environment. It was great.
I got the sense too of radically horizontal quality of Cedar Rapids. That anybody could talk to anybody about anything. Which, when you look at the history of the valley, like those, the book that Annalise Saxenian wrote, Regional Advantage, that's what it was like back in the 70s. Right. It was just that 60s, 70s, that radical horizontal quality that you could start a company, you could call up a CEO, you could talk to investors. There was no pretense, there was no hierarchy or gatekeepers you had to go through. I was impressed too with the community-minded aspect of it. There are people that had dedicated their entire careers to building the community. That takes a lot.
Everybody we met today, and without a lot of track record or history, they're going to make it happen.
Absolutely. It's beautiful to watch. I think there's something about the Midwest that has that. They talk about Iowa nice, and there's Kansas City nice, Nebraska nice. If you look at the history of America, that's still such a core differentiating advantage of America is that this was a country that was started from scratch, and the people had to depend on each other to make it happen. And here you still see it, that feeling, that ethos is still very much alive. I mean, it hasn't gone away despite all the changes over the last couple of centuries.
They're all different in so many ways, but they're so aligned around this common mission. It's just really powerful. And I have to confess, like when I saw this agenda, I'm like, Cedar Rapids, really? Like, we're going to Cedar Rapids? And now I'm kind of blown away. Now I want to move to Cedar Rapids. I'm like, I'm gonna be, I'll be Googling home prices in Cedar Rapids tonight.